first number is the number you got right out of 25 for the multiple choice section. The next section, there were 10 questions in vocab. These were each for 2 points apiece, so there's 20 points possible for vocab. And there were a whopping 11 points for the short answer. So 11 times 3 points each, that's 33 points for those 2 pages of short answer. Your test actually said 2 points apiece, but I changed it to 3 points apiece because that's what it's always been up till now. So, and there were actually 3 more extra credit points about the Hurricane Katrina. So actually you could have gotten 78 plus 3, 81. You maxed out there. So remember, the final exam is going to be some of these same questions, okay? And the final exam will be questions also from your other 3-unit exams. So the first question, I just wanted you to recognize that leader, flash, and stroke, not stroke, are all associated with lightning. For the next one, the acronym NOAA stands for National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. A is the best answer for question 2. Question 3, the 3 stages involved in just a regular thunderstorm cell would be best summarized as D, cumulus, mature, and dissipating. Question 4, those gust fronts occur at actually the leading edge of the downdraft. So B is the best answer for 4. Question 5, an air mass thunderstorm is most intense during the mature stage. The answer there is 5. Or sorry, question 5A is the best answer for question 5. Question 6 actually was if you see lightning and it's delayed 10 seconds, question 6, by the sound of thunder. If you divide 10 by 5, it's about 2 miles away. So A is the best answer there. Question 7, an explosion of concentrated straight line winds associated with strong downdraft. Those were either downbursts or microbursts. So B, microbursts, would be great. Question 8, which of these is most likely to occur during the mature stage of a thunderstorm? That would be A, lightning. Question 9, the famous hurricane that would cost the most was D, Hurricane Katrina. Question 10, in the event that we run out of letters of the alphabet, we run to B, the Greek alphabet. Question 11, an ensemble forecast. The best answer there is described by C. You run one model several times with slightly different initial conditions. Ensemble forecast. Question 12, the Saffir-Simpson scale. The strongest type of hurricane is a category 5, so D is the best answer there. Question 13, at what stage in their development do hurricanes first get their name? That would be C, tropical storm. Question 14, why don't hurricanes develop on or near the equator? Because there's not enough spin from the Coriolis force, so C is the best answer there. Question 15, the development of large, fast computers has allowed B, the numerical forecasting method, to take off. Question 16, some of the most dangerous weather is associated with these crazy, intense thunderstorms called supercells. So D is the best answer for 16. Question 17, what determines when a tropical depression or storm is given hurricane status? And they do look at their pressure, but the best indicator is the wind speed. So B is the best answer there. Question 18, what name is given to the wall of water that makes landfall just ahead of the hurricane? That is D, storm surge. Question 19, what is the order of storms with increasing in wind speed? So it would be tropical depression, tropical storm, and hurricane. So B is the best answer for 19. 20, in the United States, who is responsible for gathering and disseminating weather-related information? That would be A, the National Weather Service under NOAA. So A is the best answer. Question 21, these satellites were placed in orbit over the equator and remained fixed. Those would be C, geostationary satellites. Question 22, how often does a weather balloon go up? B, twice. Question 23, the EF, or Enhanced Fujita Scale, is applied to B, tornadoes. Question 24, which techniques attempts to match current conditions with similar well-established patterns from the past? That would be C, that analog method. Question 25, persistence forecasts predict that the weather will be the same as it is right now. So A is the best answer for question 25. So then we go on to the vocab section. So I was after entrainment is when dry outside air works its way into the edges of a cloud. Question 27, we say wind shear is when the wind is changing speed and or direction with altitude. Question 28, the term that used to describe a tornado that doesn't extend to the ground is a funnel cloud. Question 29, tornado alley is that term that describes a region in the United States where there's a lot of tornadic activity. Question 30, typhoons are what we call tropical cyclones that are near Japan. Question 31, the Galveston hurricane was the deadliest ever. Question 32, the eye of the hurricane is relatively calm, clear region near the center of the hurricane. Question 33, infrared satellite images are the ones that actually give us information about temperature. Question 34, ASOSs are those, they're things on land, usually located near airports, and they give us a bunch of atmospheric condition information. Question 35, I would take either the butterfly effect or chaos as kind of summarized by small differences in atmospheric conditions can lead to drastic differences in the weather. Like I said, even though the test you took says these were each worth 2 points, I made them worth 3 points just to be consistent. It will make it easier when I go to pick problems to put them on your final. Okay. So it's possible to get partial credit in each of these. So 36, describe what's happening when heat lightning occurs. This is one that I know that made it to my review video, but I didn't go over it on my review video, okay? But heat lightning but it was a homework question too. It's too far away, basically the sound doesn't make it to you, but you see the lightning. The sound dissipates before it gets there. Question 37, I was after updraft for A, downdraft for B, overshooting tops for C, and gust front for D. So this is one where it's worth 3 points, and it's possible that you just lost 1 or 2. For 38, every semester, I tell my husband, every semester I ask, if we talk about different thunderstorm cells, supercells, but also there's types of systems where there's multiple thunderstorms. There's the blobby ones, mesoscale convective complexes, and there's the squall line of thunderstorms. So that's what I was after there. I'll keep putting it on there. Question 39, the two types of lightning. There's cloud-to-cloud lightning, otherwise called sheet lightning, and that's about 80% of lightning. And then there's the cloud-to-ground, that's about 20% of lightning. Question 40, worth 3 points if you could come up with wall cloud. I think if you I gave partial credit if you had the word cloud in it. I don't know, I can't remember. But wall cloud is kind of that, it looks like a rectangle to us, but it's like a cylinder, like a big fat cylinder that the tornado can drop out of. Question 41, I wanted you, it's a practical thing, to distinguish between a tornado watch and tornado warning. And some of you, not on my answer key, but some of you guys did a great job that the watch are issued by the Storm Prediction Center, Norman, and then the warnings are local, so that's great. But watch means conditions are favorable, and warning. So for 42, you only had to tell me 2 interesting facts, but I kind of put a bunch of interesting facts about naming hurricanes. Probably the most favorite ones were that hurricane names can be retired and that they alternate male and female and are alphabetical. Question 34, I wanted you only to list one thing that's different about categorizing tornadoes and hurricanes, and you kind of see what I put up there. They're different scales. One's 0 to 5, one's 1 to 5, one's measured after the fact, and one's measured while it's happening. Then 44, I wanted you to give me 2 ways that hurricanes can bring their destruction. So I think storm surge and winds were, maybe flooding was the favorite of all those. But in lecture we kind of talked about those 4, including tornadoes. Question 45, this one won't make it to the final exam because there was a lot of confusion about this particular question. But for 3 points, I wanted you to give me 2 ways that we gather current atmospheric conditions. So when I talk about that, I'm after those ASOSs, weather balloons, The water, ocean buoys, satellites, okay, those are the initial conditions I was after. Question 46, explain one of the three reasons. And I highlighted the word explain. So if you just posted one of the three reasons, but didn't show any depth to it, then you didn't get full 3 points. But if you just listed all three, then I thought, well, yeah, you guess worth 3 points. So you either had to explain one or list all three. So the reason that forecasts go wrong is because the butterfly or chaos effect, there's uncertainty in the initial conditions, and that has a great effect. Can have a great effect. Holes in the data was a favorite. Basically, the initial conditions we don't have from everywhere because it's hard to get everywhere. And then computer models can't really mimic nature like they want to. Mother Nature has her own set of rules sometimes. So those three. And then for extra credit, I wanted you to briefly say New Orleans was very much affected by Hurricane Katrina, but it was most affected after the storm had passed. And that delay actually was related to the delay needed for the levees to become breached and that water to seep in. So that's that.